Are you a codependent? Are you a narcissist? Are you an empath? Or are you a highly sensitive person, HSP? That's what I'm going to discuss today, and by the end of this video, you will understand who you are and you will be able to avoid narcissistic abuse. Hello Rebel Pals, my special VPs. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Dr. Emasi. I post videos on the art of rebel interaction with difficult people, how to show zero emotional reaction, and how to be cool, calm, and calculated in your verbal communication with them. This channel will teach you how to be mentally strong and quick on your feet. Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about codependence and empaths, because in order for you to be able to spot people who are narcissists and to avoid being a victim of narcissistic abuse, you need to understand what codependency is, what empaths or who empaths are, to see if you fall into any one of these types of personality. And just to point out, narcissists, we all have heard this word, which has been used in so many different ways that it's beginning to lose its meaning. But narcissists tend to look for people that they can victimize, people they can prey on, people who can feed their narcissistic supply. And those people are usually codependents and or empaths. So let me begin with addressing what codependency relationship looks like, or who a codependent is. Now, codependents can be empathetic, they can be empaths, but one thing to note is that not all empaths are codependent. What is codependent? Now, codependence it's somewhat similar to an addiction, but it's a relationship addiction. You are addicted to a relationship. You're not dependent on the person you're in a relationship with, but you are addicted to being in a relationship. It doesn't really matter who. You just want to be loved. So what usually drives this addiction is love. So in other words, you can say you are addicted to love. You are addicted to being loved, and you're addicted to loving. And the way you view love is by being in a relationship or an intimate relationship with someone else. So how does this come about? How is it that some people are codependent? This all goes back to upbringing. It goes back to how you were raised by your parents, the environment, what you learned, and the things that you were able to express as a child growing up, and things that you were not able to express. So usually codependents will have this upbringing where they didn't experience true love from their parents, or they didn't experience love at all from their parents. This drives their desire to want to look for love, and they're determined to find love. But unfortunately, because they never experienced true love, or they never experienced what love is from their parents, they have no idea what true love looks like. So if anything at all remotely looks like love to them, they automatically assume that this is love, and then they give their all to that person or to that thing. But the truth is that as time goes on, they realize that this is not love, because love cannot be so painful. When dealing with a narcissist, which usually narcissists will prey on codependent, they have to prey on somebody who will supply them this narcissistic supply. What we call narcissistic supply is, think of it as a monster, a huge monster who is just looking for you to feed them, to put this food in their mouth. So without you feeding them, which when it comes to narcissists is actually their ego, without you massaging their ego, giving them confirmation and validation and praising them, just pouring so much reverence, and then making them feel like they're so huge and mighty, and they're superior and better than everybody else, and better than you yourself, they will not be happy. So this is a narcissistic supply that narcissists look for. And the person that can provide that is a codependent or an empath. So like I said, codependents are empaths, but not all empaths are codependent. So now let me talk about empaths. Who are empaths? Empaths are people who are able to feel other people's emotions. They're able to put themselves in other people's shoes. They think more about other people than themselves. They care more about other people's feelings than their own feelings. They are people pleasers. And I would say being a people pleaser is actually not a good attribute. Rather than being a people pleaser, be a people respecter. So instead of pleasing people to your own detriment, which is not healthy, be a people respecter, because if you respect people, you will do the right thing. You will treat them right. But discarding your own desires and your needs just for you to fulfill other people's needs and desires, and having this inability to say no because you don't want to offend somebody, that's not a healthy attribute at all. So if you have any of these attributes, consider yourself an empath. When it comes to codependence, if you think that you are an enabler, because usually codependence will enable the bad behavior. So if you're dealing with a narcissist, the narcissist is looking for you to massage their ego. You massage their ego and you think that, oh, you're just doing it because that's what they want, or that's what's gonna make them happy, or you're just doing it for the sake of peace. You are an enabler. So if you're enabling any bad behavior, if you're enabling anything that you yourself, a behavior that you yourself would not do because you don't think that it's the right thing to do, you are an enabler. You are a codependent. You are holding on to this person, or you're doing this thing because you feel like that's how you're going to get love. You don't believe that you deserve unconditional love. You believe that in order for you to get love, you have to do okay? So that's an unhealthy personality or unhealthy mindset. And this all goes back to your upbringing as a child, growing up, how your parents taught you what love looked like. Maybe they taught you that love is conditional. When you do something, then that's when they show you love. So you learn this, and then over time, you're not able to express your feelings because you don't even know how you feel. You don't understand your feelings. You don't sit with your feelings. So you are a codependent. You depend on other people for validation. You don't believe in yourself. You doubt yourself. You talk down about yourself, and then you praise other people. You think that you are worse than everybody else. You think other people, especially like the narcissist, which usually as a codependent child growing up, you will grow up with narcissistic parents. Maybe one of your parents is the narcissist, and they taught you to become a codependent child. And now in your adulthood, you still exhibit these behaviors, because the only way to overcome anything at all that you have learned from childhood is to unlearn it and learn the right way, is to educate yourself, is to come across the right information that will help you unlearn the bad behavior, the bad personality, the bad things you think about yourself, and then you have to replace them with the right things. If that doesn't happen, you just remain who you are in this unhealthy state, and you just keep going around in circle. So now that I've addressed what codependents are and empaths are, I hope you're able to think about these characteristics and determine who you are, where you fall into, which one of these you fall into. Now there is another one that's called HSP, high sensitive people, or highly sensitive people. These narcissists are actually highly sensitive people, which is why they can go into this narcissistic rage and throw their tantrum and gaslight and just be outright mean. So you have a highly sensitive people that it's their personality, their characteristics and attributes, everything goes back to their upbringing, whether or not their parents were just so mean or brutal or unloving, or giving them conditional love to where it develops this sensitivity in them where they don't feel good about themselves, or just any little thing will set them off, or any little thing will just bring about a negative self-talk. And once they start having this negative self-talk, of course, then their feelings are hurt. Okay, so those are highly sensitive people. And narcissists can also prey on HSP, even though they themselves are HSPs. In my next video, I'm going to talk about how to recover from codependency, how to become a better empath, so that way you're not getting involved with a narcissist. So I'm going to give you some of the steps on how to overcome that. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please don't forget to subscribe if you have not subscribed. Like this channel and share this video with others. You can also leave a comment below. If you have any comments, please leave a comment below. Thank you, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.